gonna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low. Now, if you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to what will be a more positive 2025 across all things, especially groceries. Okay, we're going to be talking about positive things here on the channel now, not all the bad things like the cost of living and all of that we've been talking about the last few years here. I want to have this channel move to a more positive space for everyone, including myself. So we're going to be talking just positive things when it comes to groceries, and not so much about what you can't afford, but what you can do, what you can get, and the abundance of what you need in your life as far as groceries and other things go, for sure. Okay, so the end of last year, yes, we had a bit of a rough ride here on the channel. Johnny got hurt, my husband got hurt at work. Our income for about 2 months decreased by a lot, like hundreds of dollars per week. So we made it through, we got through. I just put a more positive mindset on after about 6 weeks. And we moved forward and we come out the other side and everything was great, okay? But during that time, we were actually doing also a 2-week grocery challenge. Now, for anyone that's been following along with that, I was going to do that for 12 months. We're now shifting it just, well, at least for the next 30 days, like the 4 weeks, we're going to be doing it weekly. So it's becoming a $30 for 30 days challenge. It's $30 per person per week is what the budget's going to be. And we're going to do it for 4 weeks, and we're just going to see how we go. So it's continuation on from the 2-week grocery challenge, but I wanted to break it down to weekly just because it seems to be a little bit easier for people to try to jump into, follow and manage instead of doing 2 weeks, especially if you're only used to shopping weekly. Okay, so I wanted to do that and just kind of start the first week in showing you a mindset that you can have that will help you in the weeks coming on. So doing things in that first week that will help you for the future weeks ahead, basically, when it comes to grocery shopping, meal planning, your meal prep, all of that. So in this video, we're going to be doing everything. We're actually going to be doing a meal plan. We're going to be grocery shopping, so you'll see a grocery haul, and we'll be doing some meal prep. I'm not going to do all my meal prep every single week, but I'm definitely doing some sort of meal prep to just show you some ideas and things I've thrown together from the actual budget and the groceries that I've actually bought from that week. If that sounds like something you'd like to follow, please hit that subscribe button, guys, and give me a thumbs up so I know that this is more of what you would like. Because if this is something that really helps people and we can move forward with this, then I'll continue to do it, obviously. So we will go beyond the 30 days if everyone is enjoying the content. It is a little bit different, me moving like all those 3 things into one video. Usually I do separate videos, but I was hoping to hopefully do it's going to be a much longer video, obviously, but I'm hoping to do everything together here so you can just get the information just in one spot. I will put maybe timestamps or something in the description or on the screen here for you guys. So if you want to skip ahead to the meal plan, you want to skip ahead to the grocery shop, like the grocery haul, or even the meal prepping, you can do that in all 3 spaces. So I'll have that there for you on the screen here, most likely, but if I can timestamp it in the description, I'll do that too. Alright, so $30 per person per week doesn't sound like a lot here in Australia. I know people do it in other countries, especially in America. Their groceries seem to be a lot cheaper over there. I guess once you convert it to our currency though, it's probably around about the same. But for here in Australia, like $30 is not much. We do have 4 people in the family. We have 2 kids, but one is a teenager that eats quite a lot. And even my 8-year-old, she eats a lot too nowadays. So I am meal planning for 4 people. And then sort of thinking ahead, like I said, through the weeks ahead, thinking about what's coming up, school's going back soon, times that we might have like busy times and that, sports starting back, just all the usual life things. That's what we'll be thinking and tackling in the weeks ahead. So that $30, like I said, doesn't sound like much. If you think you want to try doing a little challenge like this or just following along in the process that I do, then if you think you need more than $30, just do more than $30. If it needs to be $40 per person or $50 per person, just do whatever you feel is achievable for you and set that budget. As long as you've got some sort of budget, it gives you a bit of a guideline. This is a challenge for me, right? So it doesn't mean that I'm going to hit bang on that or I'm going to be perfect every single week, but I'm definitely using it as a guide, and I'm definitely wanting to stick within that because I feel like I can. And just going back to my roots on what I used to do here like years ago on the channel of just doing that meal prep, being organized, doing proper meal planning, I really want to get back into that and just save a bit of money. I don't want to overspend for no reason, do you know what I mean? And then I want that money for more fun things to do here in my life. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we are going to stick to a $30 budget for the next 4 weeks for sure, and then see how we go. So, right, so the first step is obviously the meal planning. So we're going to go through my fridges, my freezers, because I've got multiple, and my pantry. We're going to look at what I've actually already got here at the house and decide on things that I might be able to do for snacks and main meals. And then we're going to write a grocery list for the items that we want to add to this. Now I'm just doing food in this challenge, okay? We're not doing drinks, toiletries, all of that. I've just got a separate budget for that stuff. I really want to focus on the food, obviously, because that's what's going to help you guys most, obviously. So yeah, we'll write up a grocery list and then we'll go grocery shopping. So I'll show you the grocery haul, like I said, and then we'll start doing some meal prep. Along the way, I might just give you tips and tricks here on, you know, just where I'm saving money, especially when it comes into the grocery haul. But my biggest tip for you guys right now is when you're doing your meal planning, obviously you want to definitely go through and see what you've actually already got, okay? And I'm going to show you my meal planning sheets that I use for that. We'll just briefly go over those because I've got other videos on those, so you don't need to know every single detail of them. But besides that, you want to think ahead. You want to think about whatever I'm meal planning. This is what I'm going to be thinking about today. Whatever I'm meal planning, thinking about the week ahead, I'm also thinking the weeks ahead after that, okay? So what can I make in this first week that perhaps I can stretch through into the next few weeks? So that means buying something in bulk and making it work for the weeks ahead. That's where I'm going to save money in the weeks ahead, okay? So I don't need to buy every single meal because I might already have stuff here at the house already done. So I really want to get back into that and having sort of backup freezer meals and things like that. So I'm really going to be trying to work on that in this challenge for sure. So these are the printables that I'm using today. These are from the This Moment Home website and are free for any VIP members, the YouTube VIP members. All you need is your discount code, which is on the community tab on the channel here, and you can go on, put them in your cart and use that discount code and get them for free. So definitely do that. You get all the printables on the This Moment Home website for free, so definitely do that. These are just 3 sheets that I'm using today. If you want to, I'm not going to go into detail on these today, but if you do want to go in depth on these, I will put a link below in the description for you to link back to some videos where I did sort of go through it in a bit more depth. But first thing we're going to do is go through the fridge, freezer and pantry, and we're just going to write down anything we think that we've got that we can do for main meals, like use to make main meal stuff and snacks. Any freezer meals I already actually have, I'll pop in here, and then any ideas from those items that I've got that I can sort of start making up for the week, I'm going to write the meal ideas down here. And then if there's any more ingredients that I need, I'll pop them on here so I don't forget to put them on the grocery list. So for example, if I'm making spaghetti bolognese and I've got all the ingredients except for pasta, I'm going to write pasta here. It's just so I don't forget, because I used to always forget, so I always put that bit there. And then obviously we've got our grocery list here. So once I've finalized what I'm actually going to be doing for the actual meal plan, I'm going to focus down here in this section with the dinners mainly. I'm just doing, we're going to have 1 takeaway night and then we're going to have 6 dinners, so that's all going to be here. I will write some just ideas for breakfast, lunch and snacks here, so I can kind of, you know, gauge what I've already got and try to make sure we've got enough things for those items as well. But I don't specifically do that per date. The dinners I do just to really help with what I'm doing, so I'm going to write up that. And then of course then anything I need extra I'm going to write on the grocery list and budget page here. So I like to use this, it just keeps me on track, and I definitely, every time I write something down, I kind of overestimate on the pricing, so I try to stick within the budget. It just helps, because if I estimate I'm spending $150 and my budget's 150. If I've overestimated, usually I'll sort of come down. So I don't know how we'll go today, but we'll see how we go. What's the budget? $120 is the budget today because there's 4 of us and it's $30 per person. So it's $120. And I also like to like right next to them if it's from Aldi, Coles or Woolworths. That just helps me with that. So we'll see how we're going with this. I'm going to get all this together just for me to sort of make a plan. Alright, not a lot going on in the fridge because it's been quite a while since I've done groceries, I'll be honest. So my fruit bowl, I have apples, a few blueberries, not much, so I'm going to need more fruit. I have custard and yogurt, plenty of that, which is good because I don't think it's something I would have had room in the budget for this week. That margarine's pretty full. A few carrots, a couple of tomatoes. I really need to clean this out as well at some point. Some bacon now. What's that? 24th of January, so that's okay. Can do something with that. Oh, a little bit of salami, which will probably just get eaten tomorrow in a sandwich by Joseph. Cheese, I'm going to need cheese. I don't really have any of that. Oh, eggs. Eggs I need for baking. Instead of buying a lot of packaged snacks, I do a lot of baking now, but there is 1 egg, so I'm definitely going to need eggs, which is a little bit of a worry because they're hard to get right now where I live, and they're super expensive. What have I got? The pizza sauce has just been opened. I do have more of that in the cupboard, but we'll probably do pizzas. Sauces are good. Some dressing, soy sauce, balsamic. Oh, some mayo. I'd like to make my potato salad. And I need a whole egg mayonnaise, which I think this is. Oh yeah, it says whole egg. I think so. Anyway, I might make that. I think I might do a lot of salads for this week. Milk is fairly new, obviously. That's just been opened. And I don't have a lot up here. Whole grain mustard, that's not been opened, so that's good. Bit of jam. My freezer in the top of my fridge. Oh, that ice cream's really empty, but I think I've got jelly. Some fish. I've got a little bit of fish left, which would be good for lunches. Dim sims for steamed dim sims. Some, chicken, which I can use to make pizza. And I do have plenty of pizza bases to do at least 1 night's worth, so that'll be good. Cheese is only going to be my problem. There's a little bit there. I might need another bag of cheese. Veggies, I've only got this of peas. I don't know if I've got any in the freezer. I'll have to have a look. But because of the hot weather coming up, I'm thinking of doing salads, so I don't think I'll need that. A few, oh, that's not too bad, but that's more like a party food Friday sort of thing. So if we do a party food Friday night, we might do pizza, or we might do this type of thing, the fish, just throw a whole heap of stuff on, or that might be just like a lunch on the weekend or something. Mushrooms, which I can use for Johnny's pizza. I've got a little bit of capsicum, which I'll use for pizza, and there's some more there which I'll use probably in spaghetti, some cooking. I need to make some of my vegetable freezer bags up actually, which have everything in them. They have zucchini, carrot, capsicum and onion. I don't think I have actually any of those, so I'll need to do that. Now hot dogs, there's 3 there. This has just all been thrown in the wrong spot. What's that, 6 there, so that's 9. That's good, that can be for lunches. Some more bacon for breakfast or cooking. Now snacks. So I do a lot of baking now, so I buy a lot less packaged snacks, but it is school holidays and the kids are here, and if we have people over, I like to have stuff on hand. So we've got quite a few of these. So in the pantry itself, we've got these. I know because I built up my stockpile, well, just of snacks, not a lot of stuff, but I've got more boxes of these. So I'm not going to have to buy any, what's that, popcorn there. I'm not going to have to buy any actual like chips and stuff. Oh, maybe I'll buy some chips. I might buy just 1 box of chips from Aldi, but we've got pretzels, we've got yogurts and that, fruit, I'll need more fruit, muesli bars, not a lot there, but I also then have we have rice cakes, different types of dry biscuits, which we just do lots of different toppings on them. Might just be cheese, or it might be Vegemite, peanut butter, like that type of stuff, and we have it with fruit. That's a good snack that we have now. Yogurt as well. So it's just you don't need a lot of snacks. Like if you've got a few little bits and pieces just for variety through the week, obviously, but having different varieties of this type of stuff, we like to do this because we like to have different. We might like to have this type of biscuit one day with, you know, some cabana and cheese and fruit or something. We love peanut butter on rice cakes. That's really nice with some like apple and berries is really good. Nuts is good for Johnny and I. The kids don't really eat the nuts. I do have just some biscuits here we had as a once-off sort of purchase because, oh, why did we get those? I think we were just in the supermarket one day, Isabella and I, getting toilet paper or something, and we grabbed these as a little option. They were just the cheap ones. But otherwise, normally I'd have cakes or biscuits, like cookies, or my rice bubble bars as well. Like I like to have those, which I make up, but I don't have any made up at the moment. Jelly, we've got some jelly still for desserts. Oh, got some backup muesli bars, so that's good. Some shapes up there, and I'm sure there's probably a couple more boxes in my other cupboard. I've got one bag of pasta and probably another 1 bag's worth of these two together. Rice, oh, that's empty. Do I have, oh, I do. I've got some rice. I really need to tidy up my pantry, which is something I normally do first before I go through this stuff because I like to see what I've got. But with school holidays, it's just been a little bit crazy. Plenty of rice, so we like to have that. If we don't have potato or pasta with our main meal sort of thing, we have rice. The kids, Johnny, favourite food of theirs, especially Johnny, like he just loves plain rice of all things. So we like to have a lot of that on hand. A few little tins of spaghetti and a baked beans. We don't eat this often, but it's good. Like if I'm at work, Joseph will just make up that on toast for himself for lunch or something. So it's good to have that, as well as noodles, which, oh, why have we got these in here? I don't know why these are here. People have been eating noodles without the flavouring. I'm not sure what's happening there. But I might just get some normal noodles from Aldi. Just a good lunch sort of option. Now my baking area I really need to clean up, but as long as I've got the basics, like I need sugar, which I always need caster sugar. I've got raw sugar if I need it, and brown sugar is the other, yep, which I've got. Flour, of course, which I've still got a fair bit there, and then I've got another bag here. So I just empty this bag once I open it now into this jar. It keeps it really well. This jar I paid, I don't know, $3 for because it's in the supermarket and it has that, but I bought it because it seals up well. That's why I got it. I did notice it's on special this week there, so it's a good option to have that, and then you just refill it with your own flour. That's what I do. I need, oh yeah, chocolate buttons, which I can use for melting for stuff, or I use them as choc chips in cookies and stuff as well. Some cocoa and more cocoa, so that's good. Now I've got some, oh, Maltesers in there that I think someone's opened, but I like to put those in cookies and things too. And then I've got this hidden box here in which Isabella, I can see she's opened up this bag. Damn it. I like to have marshmallows on hand because I use these to do my bubble bars basically. So I bought mini ones actually do like a Rocky Road cookie as well, so I might give them a go. What have I got? Walnuts, white chocolate buttons for white chocolate, and some more sprinkles. I've got plenty of things there to do some sort of baking this week for sure. Hundreds and thousands. Alright, main meal stuff. So I've got chicken and cashew stir fry, honey mustard, apricot nectar, which I use with, whoops, if I've got some, apricot, do I have apricot chicken? What's that? They're like a scalloped potato, deviled sausages, ooh, I don't think I have, oh, yes. Oh no, that's a different chicken, sorry, chicken something or other. Oh, I don't have apricot chicken stuff in here. Well, I might do that this week, or I'm thinking maybe I might leave these this week and actually do something that's more with mince and sausages, just to give me a start for the next 3 weeks after that as well. And I'll get chicken maybe in the next week, and maybe we'll make these up then. Oh, more jam, that's good. Soups, cream of chicken. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll use any of these this week. These are great though. I have done a video here on the channel before of this brand here. These packets, they are so good. They don't have like preservatives and stuff in them. They're literally, if you read the ingredients, let me see if I can zoom in. You can have a look. It's just a lot of dry ingredients, spices and things like that. It's great. Like if you're on a budget, something like this is really good where you don't have to add a lot of stuff, extra stuff into it. And you can add extra veggies in if you want to, but it's more cost effective definitely to do this rather than buy absolutely each individual little ingredient, you know what I mean? So I like to use these especially to save money and just to have a really nice nutritious meal basically. I do know I'm running very low on meats, but veggies, good bag of stir-fry veggies there, corn, broccoli, but like I said, because we've got hot weather coming up, I think I'm going to stick to doing salads. Lots of icy balls. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, beef, stir fry, beef. What's that? A pork cutlet. One hamburger. Oh my gosh, I don't know why there's one in there. Oh, because there's two more there. Oh, because I didn't have a big enough bag? I don't know. That's good though for a barbecue night, just to have something extra with sausages. Maybe I'll do a barbecue night and do these pork, what are they, cutlets. Johnny would love those. Some sausages, these little burgers with salads and stuff on the plate, and then any leftovers we can have for lunch the next day as well. I do know the containers under here are empty, so I won't bother with that. Oh, this I've still got, but I don't want to cook it because it's just too hot right now. But that's there for when we have a bit cooler weather. Oh my gosh, this needs to be built back up too because I just have nothing. Tiny little bit of mixed veggies, but not much. This one, oh, I don't normally like freeze meals in these containers, but I ran out of my Ziploc bags, so I started using these, which was very bad because they take up so much space. What is in that? Oh, I think that's a beef casserole. That's the only problem with these, so it's hard for me to tell. That's a bacon carbonara, chicken bacon carbonara, so that's good. We can have those if we need. Apricot chicken. Oh, what's that? Is that a chow mein? Oh, yep, chow mein. And then this little drawer down here is actually for Johnny when he goes to work and needs like a dinner over work time. So this is actually fine. He just needs to add, depending on what it is, it might be just adding some rice with it or potato or something like that. But, or if it's spaghetti, obviously we just cook pasta. But that's pretty good. I definitely need to work on just making that little bit extra so I can build this back up again because I desperately need it for nights where I'm working. And nothing in there. And this has nothing in it. This is our, I call it our drinks fridge, but if I have overflow, I put stuff in here. And this is where I keep freezer sandwiches for school and also just spare loaves of bread. So definitely need bread. And the drinks fridge is looking, well, it doesn't have food, so potatoes I like to keep in here, but I don't have any right now. So I have 3 vouchers. I've got one for $11.90. That one's $2.10 only because that one should be joined onto the first one, but something went wrong with the machine. So I just started again with the cans, and then $11.50. So that's $25, I think. Okay, meal plan's done. Mind my Bridgerton in the background here. I love Bridgerton on Netflix, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you love it. I just rewatch it, and I've just bought some of the books ahead, which I'm going to read ahead. I'm so excited. I just love it. Anyway, back to meal planning. I like to watch shows while I'm doing this. It just keeps my mind occupied. Anyway, meal plan. So I have done the grocery list, which I'll talk about in a second, but my meal plan, I just want to briefly go over this. So this printable here, like I showed you before, it has 4 weeks here, so I'm just going to use that. However, it's kind of Monday to Sunday, and sometimes I just work with it and change it around and stuff, depending on when I want to start my week. For this one, I'm actually going to start on the Sunday. So I want to do my groceries, start on the Sunday, which is going to be like the day or 2 days later, and start doing cooking and stuff like that. So I have just relabeled it basically, but there is a spot on here to do, you know, dates if you want to, and also temperatures. For me, I'm in Victoria, so that's a really important part for me, especially in summertime, because if we've got days like this, 32, I don't want to be cooking and heating up the kitchen on that day. I want to be very prepared for it. So I kind of plan according to that. I also plan in one takeaway night a week, so I'm actually only doing 6 nights of meals. I do a very simple, what I call party food Friday night usually here, because we've usually got basketball for Joseph on that night. So it needs to be super simple without me buying takeaway. So we do a number of different things. But right now, basketball's actually not on, but I still want to sort of stick to that. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of doing, because it's going to be warm all week, I don't really want to do cooked veggies. I just want to do salads. So I'm thinking about certain salads I can do that are going to stretch over a few days. And then I just need to make sure for this second half that I have just a basic garden salad still for all of us to throw in with these other meals, just to add a bit to the meals, because I could do spaghetti bolognese by itself, which we do quite often, but to make it go further and stretch further and to save money and think about the weeks ahead, I want to use a smaller portion of the bolognese. So I'll do that on pasta, and then I'll have a side salad with it and maybe some bread or something like that. So we like doing that combination. And if I've got garden salad, it's a good time to do it, because quite often I just don't have the garden salad, and that's why I don't do it. But I'm going to make effort to do that. So I am thinking ahead, obviously, like I said, and I was thinking of meats that I could use that will stretch over more than one meal, things I can buy in bulk. So 2 really cheap meats for me that we like to eat is obviously mince and sausages. The Aldi one is what we prefer. It's very cheap. You'll see in the grocery haul how much exactly that is, because I don't know it off the top of my head just yet. But that's what I'm sort of thinking about. So I'm thinking of doing, these are going to be like the mini parmas. So I'm actually going to buy the big bag of frozen tenders, and we'll talk about that in the grocery haul. But I like to make the little mini ones. It's great for kids, but for us as adults, we just add like 2 or 3 of them, you know, onto the plate basically. And I make them into parmas. I'm going to be making up with, I think it's a 2 kilo mince from Aldi. I want to use it for multiple things and for the weeks ahead. So I want to do spaghetti bolognese. We're going to use a little bit on the chicken to do a parma as well on the day that I cook it. And then I'm going to make a lasagna. It would be great if I could make more than one lasagna. So I just don't know how much I'm going to have left over. So ideally I would like to make 2 so I can put that in the weeks ahead somewhere. And then we're going to have more left over for spaghetti bolognese that week, and hopefully another bag of spaghetti bolognese I can put into the freezer for the weeks ahead as well. Like, it would be so great if I could make that mince stretch over 4 weeks. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so we're doing mini parmas with the bolognese as the sauce. And sometimes I actually use the spaghetti, just the spaghetti sauce as well. If I remember, I might just use that, but we'll see how we go. And then we're going to be doing salads for the next 3 nights to go with stuff. So I'm thinking I'll do just usual garden salad, because that's what the kids really like. I want to do my potato salad, which I haven't done in ages, so that'll be coming up in the cooking video. And then I'll be doing the cheating chef recipe of the tabbouleh salad that I've got on the VIP lounge as well. So if you're a VIP member, for starters, thank you so much to the VIPs that are watching this video. You're seeing it first, obviously, but just your support has been incredible. And if you go on the VIP lounge, you can find different simple recipes that I've got on there. The tabbouleh salad, the cheating chef one, is one of them, as well as the potato one, so definitely have a look on there. So those 3 salads hopefully will stretch over. So parmas, barbecue meat, so we're going to use some of the sausages for that barbecue night, plus whatever I've got in the freezer right now. So I think I had like a couple of little mini hamburgers and some pork cutlets. Then we'll be having some lasagna with salad. There's probably going to have there's going to be lasagna left over, and my thought with that is that we can have it for lunch the next day. Johnny can take it to work depending on his shift, so it's going to stretch through the week as well. Then we're going to have a takeaway night in the middle of the week. And then we're doing home pizza. So my home pizzas, maybe I'll film that. If I don't film that there, I might do that in the coming weeks. They are great to do, super simple, easy, much healthier than the pizza shop, and better value for money. So I'll definitely show you guys that. Obviously I showed you in the freezer the bases that I use, but I'll actually show you how I actually put it together. And then we're going to do, for Party Food Friday, just a simple sausages and bread, which is great. Usually on a Friday too, if Joseph doesn't have basketball, I'm pretty full on with work that day, into the night, so with Uber. So that's a great night to sort of have that going. And then on the last night, we're really at the end of the week and not going to be much left over. We'll have spaghetti. We're going to have spaghetti bolognese. The spaghetti I cook in this sort of first area around here, I will actually put some aside and freeze it because I'm not going to keep it in the fridge for 7 days basically. But we'll have that. I just need to cook up some pasta. We'll still have hopefully a little bit of garden salad left over from this night here. And yeah, that will be it. So when it comes to lunches and breakfast and snacks, I've just done a rough guide here, just some ideas of what we can do. Obviously that's super flexible depending on what's happening for the day. But breakfast, bacon and eggs, Johnny and I used to have that all the time. We don't really have time these days because he's at work, I'm at work, it's all happening. But when we can, we like to have it, so I'll do that. I would like to do, again in the coming weeks, do some breakfast prep perhaps that can make that stretch into a breakfast through the week. But also, you know, we like to have breakfast for dinner, breakfast for lunch sometimes. Very rarely do we do it for dinner, but it's a nice thing to do. So we might think about doing some sort of prep for that so it's easy and quick to go. Cereals, the kids like cereals. Joseph loves Sultana brand and also the Wheat Bix Bites, which Isabella does too. It's very expensive at the moment, so we're going to stick to a Sultana brand from Aldi is what I'm going to get because we like that one, the home brand one. We've got cornflakes and we've still got rice bubbles in there. Just toast, whenever we want toast. I do have raisin bread too, I found in, where did I find that? It was sitting up on the bench. I bought it a couple of days ago, but it's still good to go. So we'll have that for the next couple of days as well. And then, yogurt and cereals are another good one that Isabel absolutely loves. So maybe I'll do some sort of breakfast muffin at some point too. I don't know. But this is what we're doing for this week. For lunches, because the kids are home and not at school, I like to try and mix it up a bit because obviously when they're at school, they're just having sandwiches. You know, that's all they're doing most of the time. And rice cakes. I should have written that down. So I will write that down. So we'll have rice cakes. We like rice cakes with spreads on them, usually like peanut butter with them with fruit and cheese and things on the side. Love it. Or we'll have different toppings, but usually peanut butter. We have noodles. I do have hot dogs in the freezer, so we're thinking about maybe doing those on one of the days. Toasties, the kids love toasties. They're like sandwiches, but they're warmer, obviously, so the kids just like that for something different, especially cheese toasties. And then wraps and sandwiches made up with whatever we want, but I have specifically written down salad and meats because I'll have some just like ham and salami, and we're going to have salad from over here, like the garden salad stuff, so we might put some of that in. The kids don't particularly like that stuff in their wraps and sandwiches, but they like it on the side of the plate. So when it comes to wraps for them, Isabella likes just cheese wraps. Sometimes she'll put salad in it, but otherwise she has it on the side. And then Joseph likes cheese and salami, so I kind of make those up, and then we do like little things on the side for them with the salad. And then also I've got party food here. When I say party food, I just mean those, what was in there. There was fish, some dim sims, if there's sausage rolls, you know, that kind of stuff, we'll do one of those. So that's not an everyday thing, but it's nice to do something different, obviously when we're on school holidays especially. I'm just going to write down rice cakes because I forgot to write that down. We love that. And then also here on the snacks, I'll go through these in a minute, but I forgot to say my homemade cakes, cookies. And my bubble bars, which one day I will share that recipe with you, because it's great and so versatile. All right, so for snacks, we're obviously thinking about just stuff we've got in the cupboard. When it comes to chips, shapes, and pretzels, like those types of bad things, you know what I mean? The kids are limited on what they're allowed to have. You're not allowed to have like 3 bags of chips a day, for example. So we like to sort of keep a hold on that. But then besides that, we have muesli bars, with popcorn. I forgot to write that down. We've got popcorn. We like to do, I have a video here on the channel where we've had visitors over and I made up what was it? It's like a platter basically, and you have a look at it. It's pretty affordable, especially if you've got other families coming over. In the school holidays, I like to make it up, and it lasts a couple of days with the kids, but I'll make it up and it might have like cabana, cheese, dry bickies, and some fruit in there. Sometimes a little treat, just depends. But that's really great for a snack because the kids just pick at it through the day, especially if I'm working. So Johnny doesn't have to worry about what they're doing. I've made it. They can just sort of pick at it, which is good. And he obviously eats it as well. And then we've got yogurt and custard. And then fruits. I'm definitely going to have apples because the kids are loving those at the moment. Some sort of other. I've written other depending on what's on special and what's actually in the store. I'm going to have a look at the Odd Bunch range and sort of see if I can find something. And then I want to get some fruit tubs in as well because they're a great backup for when you run out of fresh fruit towards the end of the week. It's nice to have those, especially in hot weather, in the fridge because they're really good. There's a great deal on those at Woolworths, so you'll see that in the grocery shopping as well, like in the grocery haul. And then, like I said, my homemade cakes, cookies, that type of thing. I have some of the ingredients, but I definitely need butter and eggs for those things. Okay, so my grocery list. I've done a grocery list. I've tried to overestimate a bit. Right now, so my budget's $120. It is coming up to a bit over that. I'm hoping I can bring it back down, but we're just gonna have to wait and see where we get in there. I have really tried, but it just, I want to make sure we've got those veggies, fruits, that kind of things. I don't want to cut that stuff out. So it is just really adding up, but that's fine. I think if we go over a little bit, it's okay because I feel like it's going to definitely help in the weeks coming up, and we'll hopefully be able to then stick to the budget. So we'll just see. Like I said, it's just a figure for me, a guide for me. I love to aim for it, but I really want to get as much as I can for my money. So we'll just see how we go. So next up is grocery shopping. Okay, grocery shopping's completed. This is everything I've got. According to the meal plan that I'm going to do, according to stuff I've already got and we can make from still the, you know, fridge, freezer and pantry. The budget was $130 for this, so that's, oh no, $120 it was, sorry, which is $30 per person here at the house for the week, because there's 4 of us. So the total actually came to, though, $134.47. So I'm actually $14 over, which is not great. And in actual fact, I actually spent, like the actual total of all this actually come to another sort of $36 on top of this. So the $134 was including me having 10% off at Woolworths and actually using my grocery vouchers there as well. So this would have been, what, around $170 roughly for all, just this. Like, how crazy is that? So that's not great as far as getting the most I can for my money, but yeah, it is what it is. So lucky I had the discount, lucky I got the recycle vouchers. Like, I'm just going to use whatever I can, and in this first week obviously it's good to get a few things like the mince and the sausages hopefully will go into the next week, as well as I did actually buy, you know, for example, I bought the capsicum here, the Odd Bunch capsicum, because there's like 1, 2, 3, there's 5 there, whereas one would cost me like $2. This whole bag cost me around $4. So it was much smarter for me to do that. So I spent a little bit extra there, for example. Also with this as well, I got this when I wasn't really going to get any more fruit other than having the apples and the 2 fruits here, but this was part of the Odd Bunch and it was only $2 something. So you know what, I thought that's a great deal. Obviously I'll get that to have that. So I did spend a bit extra. Oh, the pumpkin as well, like instead of spending around $2 something, I spent around $4 something for this one because they were out of the Kent, which was a bit annoying, because that's the pumpkin I actually prefer, but I just got this because that's what I could get. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, butter is another thing that will stretch more than 1 week, so that's good, because I'll use that for baking. The cheese will probably stretch more than 1 week, hopefully. These probably not, but I'm doing pizza with these and we'll use this for lunch. Same with the salami. The bread, this should be enough for the week, the 3 loaves. This was actually only, I think, $3.29. The one that I normally get there, which is now around $3.70. it wasn't available. They were out of it. So I got what I could at Aldi, and this was $3.29. So I'm hoping this bread tastes just as good. The good thing about the other bread is that it just stays fresh. It's really good. So hopefully this does the same thing. This is also a 700-gram bag, which is actually quite big. I'm sure that's much bigger than the other bag. But we'll see how it goes. We'll definitely test it. But yeah, boy, did that add up quickly. Oh, potatoes was the other thing too. So I actually got this big bag. It's a 4-kilo bag of actually washed potatoes. I got these at Aldi because these will definitely last me more than 1 week. I was going to get, what was it, maybe, I don't know, it was a smaller bag, maybe at Woolworths, and then get my 10% off. But this was just a good deal. This was around $8 for the 4 kilos. And I thought, I know that's high, but for potatoes these days, that's actually pretty good. And this should stretch into the next week as well. So, and carrots should stretch into the next week because I still have some of those. So stuff like that, I think it will be worth it, you know, having that little bit extra. So being over by $14, have gone over the budget a little bit, but hopefully we can just make it work with what we've got. I also got these two, so it's a 1 kilo bag. It's around $10 minus my 10% off. This is from Woolworths. The reason I get this one, so this is just chicken tenders. For a quick meal, to have this with salad and chips and salad and rice or potatoes or something like that, it's good. Plus with these, we actually make parmas on them, like chicken parmas as well, and they're very nice. So because Isabella won't eat a whole giant chicken parmigiana, this is a great size for her, and then for us, we just have like 3 of them, do you know what I mean, and do it that way. But if you're looking for like a chicken tender, chicken nugget, that type of thing, get these chicken tenders and just cut them up if you want nuggets. Because they're at a really high 72% for the chicken portion. The other percentage of this is obviously the spices, the crumbing, like all of that stuff that's added into it. So that's really good, and that's why I like to buy the Woolworths one. So that's just a little tip there for these. Obviously it's not extremely healthy for this one. Like I think it's, well, it's a 3.5% rating, sorry, a 3.5 rating, but you know, for a quick meal, and if you're going to buy something like this anyway, this is a really good option. Alright, so what did we do? So we got actually 2 kilos of mince at Aldi. I specifically went to Aldi for the mince and the sausages because we just prefer these from there. We like the taste and everything better, and the price is amazing. So $21.13 for that, which is good. It's like $10.50 a kilo. The sausages, there should be, yep, 24 in there, just making sure, because they did change the smaller packs to only 7 instead of 8. So I'm checking these actually have 24. But this was only $10 for this, so these have come down in price. I actually think sausages everywhere else is around $11 or $12, so that's good from Aldi. And like I said, they're our favourite, so that will stretch over quite a few meals for us. I got 2 bags of the lettuce. I specifically got this from Aldi, the butter leaf. We like this one, but mostly because it's only $2.50 a bag at the moment, which is really good price. The bags of carrots, these were from Woolworths, $2.40 for the bag minus 10%. Obviously, the Roma tomatoes were down to $3 for a punnet, which was pretty good. I do have some more tomatoes in the fridge, which I'll use mostly for salad. That's what we're going to use this for. Capsicum, like I said. Oh, the eggs. So, like I said, I think I mentioned before, eggs are so hard for me to actually get. It's just, you know, the shortage because of the bird flu and stuff. So I was really lucky to find the 18 pack here, which I actually really like to get from Woolworths. I think it's around $7.50 minus the 10% off. That's going to bring it down to, well, $6 something. Do you know what I mean? So that's really good. But they've got 18 eggs in there. They're all around the weight that I need for baking, which is really good. So we'll use these for breakfast plus a lot of baking. So it might last 2 weeks or it might not. We just wait and see. Usually I can get it to last 2 weeks, but we'll see this week. The butter is, oh, I think this is around $7. So it come down to $6 something, $6.30. I did get this salad because we're doing a lot of salads for this week with the hot weather. I'm going to do my cheating chef recipe, and this is the tabbouleh salad that I use. I don't like the one at Coles and Woolworths. I don't like the taste. They've got something weird in them. But the one from Aldi is super nice. I love this. That though now has gone up. That was like $6 something for that. Like I think it was closer to $7 now, so it is a bit more expensive, but Johnny and I like it. With the cheese, so I needed more of this for the lasagna and pizza. Actually with the lasagna I like to have some tasty cheese in there, but I did have some in the freezer I saw, so I'm going to sort of mix it up. But cheese is expensive now. So I got this one, and I also got the tasty slices here. These are a very good price at actually Aldi, but because I used the 10% off this week, these come down, so it was cheaper than Aldi. So that's why I got it at Woolworths. Same with sour cream there. Lasagna sheets, I just got 2 of the cheap boxes. They're like $2 each. I did get a box of chips to add to the snack cupboard as well. Like I said previously, I've cut down on a lot of packaged snacks, but I do have quite a variety in there right now because of school holidays. But I generally try to just have the baking and sort of limit the kids to this, a lot of this stuff. They don't just sit there and eat this all day. Like, they have fruit, the yogurts and all that stuff as well. So it's pretty, I'm not mad at getting that. Do you know what I mean? I did also add in this week the 2 fruits. So this is a great value pack from Woolworths. I have not seen this in Coles. It's only Woolworths that you can get it, but it's like, well, I think it's gone up now. It was $5. I think it's around $5.50. But it's a great price for 10 of those little fruit tubs. They are great when they're in the fridge and they're super cold, especially on a hot day. They're really good. Snuggles. So I've got this as an added extra for fruit because everyone's home right now with school holidays. So they're not great for school lunch boxes because they're just really hard to open. So, but if you want something for home, just as a backup for when you run out of fresh fruit, this is really great. Some deli meats. The actual deli was actually closed, so I had to get these. But we've actually got these, a couple of weeks ago, I think, because I don't know, I just had ordered online and I was like looking for something, and yeah, I was just wanted a specific dollar figure basically. These are great. These are my new favorite. So the Don brand, I liked this one because it's a shaved ham, so it feels like, I don't know, much better quality too. I really liked that. The salami was good too. I don't eat a lot of salami, but Johnny and Joseph love it. It's not too thick, like it's thin, so it's really great. So we do a few different things with this stuff, like obviously for pizzas, we use them for pizzas. We can do sandwiches. We had salad sandwiches today, for example, using this meat as well, like for lunch. And wraps, that's something else you can do as well. So they're a good option. Now, the price of the 4-pack, so it's 400 grams at Aldi, is cheaper obviously than getting this 200 gram, but the 4-pack, like, it is getting so much of the ham has got those vein stuff, like the fat stuff through them now. It's not very good quality, so I have not been buying it. So this is just my next go-to now. So that's what I've got. A couple of zucchini, some cucumber. The nectarines, like I said, I got those. They feel great. I'm dying to have one because I've been craving it since I bought them. Some pineapple chunks in juice. That is actually for the pizzas. The pasta sauce that we like to use from Woolworths, which is around $2.75 each, and they are 700 grams. So I will use 2 of these in a 2 kilo for sure, if not 3. If I had 3, I'd do 3, but I just bought 2 today. Some noodles from Aldi. Oh, but Joseph wanted Sultana brand. We ran out of cereal. Well, we've got rice bubbles, but he's not keen on those, and I use them for bubble bars. So we got Sultana brand. Now this is pretty good size box. It's 580 grams, and this one we do like. It's like $4 for the box. So we tried the Woolworths one. It was absolutely awful, so we got rid of that. We threw it out. But this one from Aldi is usually pretty good from memory, so we got that one. Wraps as well, which are quite cheap. We get the mini wraps, and we can use these on taco night for enchiladas, but also just for wraps. And so the kids will have these. Sometimes we'll just do like cold meats with salad and stuff on the plate, maybe some roast potatoes or something, and that's what the kids will have, or some with some rice. We'll just have that on a hot day. We really like it. And also for lunches, especially in the school holidays, we'll use them. So we like to have those, and they're super cheap from Aldi, and they're very, very nice, like that brand there. Really nice wraps. Well, I also got some onions. So the Prep Set and Go, the diced frozen onion, I've just put it in here because it was melting. So I didn't want it to go all over the bench, and it starts to smell if it does that. So yeah, I buy it like this. I know it would be cheaper if I actually bought brown onions myself and cut them up and cried, but I don't want to. Plus I throw out a lot of bits on the onion, so it's weight I'm paying for, which I don't want to pay for, so I don't mind paying for this. It is more expensive now. It's $2.50 for the bag, but it's done. It's great. Love it. Alright, so that's all the groceries done. So I'm a little bit over, what was it, $14 over budget, which is not great. But now I'm going to show you just a few of the dishes that I'm actually going to make this week, and maybe you can make them too, which are pretty cost effective. Alright, we're going to start off with this 2 kilo mince here. My plan for this is obviously to think ahead, not just for this week. So I'm going to make a huge lot of bolognese. Some of it's going to be used for spaghetti bolognese. And in fact, what I might do to actually make it stretch further is have on the plate spaghetti bolognese, like a small portion of it on the plate, and then salad, and then maybe, I don't know, some bread or something on the side. That will make it stretch further for this week. So I should be able to get a little bit of bolognese with salad for one meal. I want to do a lasagna for another one, and then if I could do a second lasagna or just have some extra in bags in the freezer, then I'll definitely do that. So I'm definitely thinking ahead when it comes to using the mince. The other thing is the sausages. The plan for the sausages was to do sausages in bread night, which is just a very simple thing, especially if we've got things on for the day, but everyone loves it. Have some sausages to go with some other meat I've got in the freezer for a barbecue, so we're going to do that. And then the leftovers we're just going to bag up into the freezer and then do something different with that in the coming weeks. Keeping you up to date with that big bulk lot of capsicums that I got, I have obviously cut some up to already go into the bolognese, along with the zucchini, carrot and onion that I had. The rest of the onion bag I've popped in here. I've put some grated carrot, I've put some of the grated zucchini in here. It's hard to see it, but it is actually in here. And the capsicum, that big bulk lot of capsicum, I've cut enough, diced enough to go into the bolognese that I'm making, plus enough to go into these 2 bags. And I still have these to go for the next week, to go in 2 different garden salads that I'll do. So one will last probably 3 days, and then like garden salads, and then I'll need more for another garden salad obviously towards the end of the week as well. So we've still got 2 capsicums. So buying the capsicum like that in bulk has been amazing. Obviously it's saving me some money in the future, because now I've got 2 more lots of mixed veggies. I've done these up like this because I use these not just for bolognese, but I'll use them for other things that actually make up as well. Maybe I'll do enchiladas or some taco mince or something in the coming weeks. This veggies I'm not going to have to buy again, which is great. So I've at least got 2 more bags made up. A pretty easy white sauce for lasagna. If you're a VIP member, again, you can look up the lasagna roll-ups. I don't have a lasagna recipe on here, but I have this. It's kind of like individual sort of lasagnas, I guess you could say, like little roll-up things. They're okay, but I prefer an actual full lasagna for sure. But there is the first step here is preparing your white sauce. It's a whole step-by-step on how I make white sauce. It's super easy, honestly. And as long as you've got butter, flour, and I think it's milk, salt and pepper, that's all you need. So it's pretty good, and you can use it for, I don't know, lots of different dishes. If you want to put it over broccoli and cauliflower as well, that's another thing you could use it for, or some other casserole. Lasagna, like I said, yeah, just anything that you want to use white sauce for, you can do it from here. My white sauce is done. I have thrown in just a sprinkle of tasty cheese. You can throw in any cheese. I just like to add that as something extra. I don't think I've even got that listed on the recipe, but that's what I like to do. Just helps it a bit. Most people will only put this on the top of a lasagna too, but I put a little bit through the middle as well. Don't put too much through. Like, I don't put a whole big layer or anything, but I put enough to sort of then just swirl it around a bit. It just gives it a bit of extra flavour, and it's just so yummy. Alright, first lasagna's done. I have made enough white sauce to do 2 lasagnas, which I was hoping I would have enough bolognese, which I do. So that's good. Again, this will go for this week, and then we'll have a little bit of leftover. Johnny can take it to work for lunches and things like that. And then we'll have another one for the coming weeks coming up. So that is awesome. So always, like I said, make your bolognese, like do a big lot of it, and then it will spread further over the next few weeks, and that's where you're going to save a lot of money. I have put a little bit of just a mixed, what is it, like a mixed herb on top as well. Not too much though. I'd love fresh parsley, but I didn't have any, but I didn't put too much, because just to give it a little bit of taste, but because the kids don't like it. So that one's right to go. So I'm actually going to cover this with foil, and that's going to go in the fridge, and that is on so not tonight, not tomorrow night, but the next night we're having lasagna with salad. So that's going to be good to go then. It's still fine for in the next 3 days. It'll be completely fine. But all I'll have to do is just put it in the oven. I put keep the foil on it for about at least half an hour or so, just so the rest of it sort of cooks through a bit, like the what is it called? The lasagna sheets, basically. and then I take it off just to brown the top. Now I've done a mixture of the pizza cheese and tasty cheese on top, because I just like that mix. Little trick, just if you're putting foil on the top of a lasagna like this, don't have it really flat, have it coming off the cheese a bit, just so it doesn't stick to all the cheese. So obviously when you take it off, just crisp up the top, it's not all going to be stuck to the foil. Second lasagna, I've just put in the freezer without foil on it for a little bit. I want the top to kind of freeze up before I put foil on it, just so it doesn't all stick and things. And then I'll write on the top of it and say obviously what it is and the date and all of that. And then when I want to actually obviously cook it, I'll pull it out, hopefully defrost it through the day, and then I'll change the foil on top just so it's up a little bit higher like the other one, so it doesn't stick to the top. So that's just what I like to do, just a few little tips there. But yeah, if you freeze it, like at least freeze the cheese first before you put foil on top, which only take a couple of hours, then you're not going to have that problem of the foil sticking. Tabbouleh salad, the chunky tabbouleh salad that I'm going to make is a cheating chef recipe over on the VIP lounge. On the website, you can see here, if you search through the salads, you just click on the VIP lounge and then you can find this stuff. But if you just want to use the search bar, you can do that too. So we've got the actual recipe here, but I've also actually got a video on here where I actually made it. So if you're a VIP member, you can click on both of those. But I'm just going to give you a little quick look there. That's what it ends up looking like. It's so yum. It's super easy to make. So we're just going to have this pot here from Aldi. We are roasting some pumpkin. Now that big piece of pumpkin that I purchased, it's enough for like 2 different days. So I'm going to put this already cut up in the freezer and freeze that, so that'll save me some more money. This one here, I've just put some oil, salt and pepper on it, and I'm just going to put it in the air fryer and just cook that up so it'll be nice and roasted. I'm just going to empty the whole salad in here and just add everything in and mix it all up together. Some cucumber, tomatoes. Mix that up before adding the pumpkin, because the pumpkin you really need to let cool down, otherwise it'll go just mashy, obviously. But mix it all up like this. With the pumpkin cooled right down, I just put it on top and then just gently fold it, because again, you don't want to mash it up or anything, but I just like to mix it through somewhere. I mean, you could just keep it on the top and just let people pick it if they want it, sort of thing. But I like to sort of put it in there a little bit more. Yummy. I just tasted some. So delicious. This is a really fresh salad. You don't need to add any dressings or anything. Whatever's in this mix from Aldi is enough for me. And just adding the pumpkin just breaks it up. It's so yummy. Like, I like to use a Kent pumpkin. That's the only difference from today, but this one's okay. It's just not as nice as the Kent. The other thing is you can add feta into it as well, but if you don't want feta or can't have dairy and things, this is a great sort of just little mix for salad for summer. I'm doing a potato bacon salad. This is on the VIP lounge. It's very easy to make though. I've already done the potato and let them cool down, so you kind of boil them, but not that they go mushy, obviously, because you don't want it to just be mashed potato. But I usually try to cut them pretty good sized chunks. You've got your actual sauce here, which has got mayonnaise, sour cream and a whole grain mustard, as well as some salt and pepper, and you just mix it all together. I've fried up some bacon in a pan, and I like to actually mix it into this. It is still hot, but that's fine. Like, it'll be fine once it gets mixed in here. I like to add it into this because I find it just spreads through more evenly through the potatoes. And lastly, obviously, you just add the potato. You want to not mix it as such, but just kind of fold it in like that, so it doesn't go mushy, obviously. It looks a little bit runny now, but it's really not. Like, it's good, especially once you put it in the fridge and sort of let it set for, you know, an hour or so is usually what I do. Make it really cool down, and it just kind of thickens up onto the potato. It is delicious. It's one of the best potato salads ever, I'm telling you. But super simple, super easy. This will last us a few days because we'll be having this with other dishes and other salads on the side as well. It's so yummy. Simple little garden salad. I've just cut the tomatoes up for tonight on here, but I'll add more tomatoes because I've just got big ones. I'll add them as we have them over the next couple of nights as well. Alright, the bulk lot of sausages, there's 24 in here, super cheap. What was it, like $10 for the 24 from Aldi? They're our favourite sausages to have, like the nicest taste in my opinion. So if you wanted 2 packs, that's lots of sausages to do lots of different things with, definitely. For me, I'm going to take out 12 and wrap them up in cling wrap just as a bulk lot because they won't fit in a Ziploc bag, but put them in there and put them in the freezer for the coming weeks to probably do like a deviled sausages meal. And then what have I got left? 12 after that. So I'm gonna do, well, I'll need 7 for a sausages in bread night because Isabella only have 1 and we'll all have 2 each. And then that will leave me 5, which I will add to the other stuff I already had in the freezer for a barbecue night with salads and things like that. So that's going to break up really nicely. Obviously, if you needed more because your family would eat more or you didn't have other stuff in the freezer, a couple of these is so good. Like that would only cost you, what, $20 for 48 sausages. The thing I really love about the Aldi sausages, look at that. Oh, they're all cut. I don't have to cut them. I hate having to cut sausages apart. I've put the other sausages in the freezer for when we're actually going to use them, but I've just pulled out because we'll have barbecue tomorrow night with these salads that I'm obviously making up today. So we've got some little burger things there. We've got some pork cutlets and the sausages. So I'm just going to keep these all together so no one eats the, like Johnny knows and doesn't take them for lunch or something. But so these can defrost in here overnight. Okay, for tonight, I'm actually, with all the salads, I'm doing what I like to call mini chicken parmas. So this is what we're using. I like to use this bag. It's a good mix. I can use it for different things. Obviously, we can use it for wraps if we want. We can do it just on a plate with salad. We can do it on a plate with veggies. There's just so many things you can do with it. Like honestly, you can cut it up and make it an actual like Caesar salad, whatever. I like to make parmas with these as well, like mini ones. So they're great for kids, like if you've got young kids and you don't want to have a big parma, obviously for them. But even for us as adults, then I just do lots of individual ones and we just have them on a plate with salads and veggies and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing tonight. The good thing about this bag, I think I already said this, but it's got a 72% chicken portion, which is very high for this type of thing. The rest of it is obviously made up with the, you know, the rest of the mix that they do with the crumbing and the salt and peppers and, you know, all the flavouring and stuff like they do. So the 72% is good. It's the Woolworths bag. So we're just going to pull some of these out and cook them up in the air fryer just to when they're kind of nearly done. And then we're going to top them with a topping and some cheese and pop them in the oven to finish off. I've used about half a bag, so that's left enough for me to use this for lunches. So we can, I've got wraps, so we can just do up some salad wraps with these, like I said, or just have them on the plate, you know, with some salad and things. It's pretty versatile, obviously, but we probably will use the rest of this week just for lunches. All right, we have the little mini parmas. Just wanted to show you them before we eat them. So I didn't have any, I usually use that pasta sauce on there, and I actually forgot to leave some aside for it. So we've put bolognese on there, which we've done before as well. It's really, you know, another use for the bolognese that you can do, but we just put a little bit of cheese on there. So there's 3 here for Johnny because that equals kind of 1 big parma. I usually just have 2. Joseph, I've given 3. Isabella just has the tenders by itself. But again, super easy, super simple. And then we've just had some salad on the plate as well. The last meal I've got left to do is just my homemade pizzas, and I make them on these. What are they, like pita breads, I think? These ones are from Aldi. You can get 2 sizes. This is like a medium size, and then there's a larger one. I've got enough here to do, yeah, for at least one night, obviously for the 4 of us, if not maybe lunch the next day. I'm not going to make these right now because they're very quick and easy to throw together, so maybe I'll include that in maybe the coming weeks and do a video on them and just show you how I do them. But they are super simple. We just top them with just the things we like. The kids, like Isabella only likes cheese, Joseph likes like a pepperoni salami type combination on top, and Johnny and I have, well, kind of most things on it. Pineapple, ham, we can do chicken, do barbecue chicken ones, capsicum, onion. Johnny likes mushrooms, which I have mushrooms here already done, and the capsicum's already done. I just sort of defrost those throughout the day before we're going to actually do them. We just throw them all together. The other option is to actually make these up, and which I've done before. You make them up and then freeze them like you do the lasagna. So it all freezes on top first, and then cover them in like a cling wrap or a foil or something, and just keep them in your freezer like that so they're good to go. You'll pull them out in the morning of the day you want to have them, they defrost, and then you can, you know, just pop them straight into the oven. So it's a bit of a time saver. That is the end of this week's challenge week. If you want to see week 2, 3 and 4 coming up, definitely subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different because I've put everything into the one video. Normally I separate it, but I thought it might be a bit more fun to sort of just have everything together. So I hope that is better for you guys, and I hope it definitely is more helpful. Hopefully in second week I will do better with the budget. We'll see. I'll definitely have some stuff in the freeze, obviously, to moving forward that we can push into the other weeks and hopefully save money that way. So yeah, looking forward to doing the rest of the challenge for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want my meal planning printables for free, then you can join as a YouTube VIP member. The link is below there. Just click on that and you can see the different levels. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching me this week, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it all, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Bye.